So you guys want to know what I've learned so far today? A lot of people, when raised in chaos in the younger years, when raised in chaos in childhood, whether it's like either through neglectful parents or basically lack of discipline, or basically just had like a very traumatic childhood, basically being teased all day. If that has not been brought to heal, more times than not, they tend to stay in chaos throughout their adult lives, thinking that any form of structure and stability would threaten their well-being, and they threaten literally their way of life. Look at the situations with Eboni K. Williams as well as Naomi Campbell. And although I congratulate the both of them in regards to their newborn children, I deeply have concerns in regards to actually raising them. I have questions. Let's take Eboni first here. Eboni, as we may know, is currently having a baby via IVF, vitro fertilization, via sperm donor. Definitely congratulate her on being a mom. But the way that she did it and the way that she intends to actually raise that baby by herself is really, really deeply concerning with me after having opportunities blown with past relationships, as well as not having an opportunity or not actually choosing to actually date a bus driver as she actually spoke on video. Now she sadly had to humble herself a bit when it comes to the TV and everything, and literally Kevin Sanders made it get into her head. But unfortunately, it did not go all the way through. Now, Naomi Campbell, on the other hand, Naomi had kids literally up in her early 50s. And she's also taking the single mother route while having a surrogate actually have her kids basically through her sperm donor by using her freezing eggs that's combined with a sperm from a sperm donor and have a couple surrogates basically come out and actually give birth to her child and actually take care of the pregnancy at her place due to the fact that she is physically unable to do so herself given her age, which is actually very unfortunate. And I literally want to tell y'all something right now. Being a single parent, raising a child alone, let alone a child, and raising multiple children is extremely, extremely difficult. I've seen it happen with members of my family. I've seen it happen with close friends of mine. And I've seen one of them actually did literally the sperm donor route and actually the IVF through a sperm donor, mainly by choice. I've witnessed that basically throughout my life. I've seen it. Now, there's two types of single mothers. There's single mother by choice, and then there's single mother by circumstance. Now, I know y'all been hearing the term single mother by choice and everything else. That you see, oh, I'm going to have this baby by my own. I'm going to take care of him on my own and everything else. All right, let's go dig into the definition and let's dig it a bit further. Single mother by choice. Basically, the option to actually have kids on your own, give birth to kids on your own, through IVF, through surrogate. Some women also choose to be single mothers due to the fact that may have broken up with their child's father and they end up actually co-parenting the baby. That's another factor. Other cases, some women end up leaving they now ex due to the fact that they had like a tumultuous domestic dispute or, God forbid, domestic violence, if you will, or domestic, violations, however it may be. And they are getting so frustrated they actually have to leave their now ex to protect their children, taking them alongside with them for the ride. Now, the definition of single mother by circumstance. You give birth, to your kids, and now you now actually just leaves you, ghosts you out the street, literally blocks your number, doesn't even make an effort to actually see your children. One example. Or if you're a single father, another example, you do everything right, and all of a sudden, you're now ex of your girlfriend, or ever me, this literally blocks you and takes your children away from you unbeknownst to your knowledge also. And the worst example, the partner that they literally want to spend the rest of their lives with, either through relationship or marriage, unfortunately ends up passing away unexpectedly, either through tragedy or through natural causes of disease. Very, very tragic, very, very saddening. And for those who actually witnessed that, deep condolences to you as well as your family and friends in regards to the situation. The only realistic and practical way that I could see Eboni Williams and Naomi Campbell mainly bounce back from this is they either thoroughly humble themselves what's going to be going on and try to seek mates that are single parents of their own, or they actually are actually trying to find a humble relationship they're literally trying to build and everything else. As long as they stay humble in themselves and fully reflect and seek mental health counseling to actually try to help the ills and take care of the ills of what's going on and what they've done wrong up in the past. Because if they don't, unfortunately, it could be literally hell to pay up in the social world. What's going to happen with those kids if no male figure is mainly present in their life as often as possible? And this is where time comes into play. And then you got to worry about finance situation, and also you have to worry about if you're still going to be able to actually deal with good health as well as dealing with time consumptions when dealing with those newborns. Now, Ebony and Naomi, they're going to be fine. They got money. They got very deep pockets to actually take care of those children as well as take care of those expenses. My main concern is those that actually want to try and follow the path of Ebony and Naomi, except they don't really have that much deep pockets like that. They basically income is up in the 5-6 digits. It could be $60,000 a year to around maybe $400,000-$500,000 a year. Let me tell you something, you have a very, very huge uphill battle to climb. Although I know you're going to be very, very great butters to the best of your ability, the unfortunate reality of this matter is that the dating world that we have going on right now is extremely, extremely unforgiving. And unfortunately, I did not even make the rules of it at all. There are going to be a lot of men who have their stuff together. Who got everything established financially, who have their social cues on point, who have very, very great character and were looking to literally start a family of their own and want to build a family on and yet to have children. And although there will be some men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s whose sperm quality has mainly declined based on their aging, they never stop producing sperm. And their main concern is seeing if their women can actually take a child into term as safely as possible without harming the mom. And this is where the age comes into play. Now, on the other hand, when it comes to single fathers, yes, age does come into play as well, but it is regards to the sperm quality, not based on the number of sperms that they mainly have. Men can still make babies literally up to the day they die. As for women, the egg count decreases as a woman gets older and older and older. This is why the term advanced maternal age mainly comes into play. And a lot of men, they won't want to put themselves up in extremely chaotic situations where most of their future could potentially be ruined if they make wrong move with picking the wrong woman. And you don't even see many men doing the whole, okay, I'm going to actually be some sperm donor. I'm going to literally jack off and masturbate. And I'm going to have some surrogates actually just plant an egg through up in here so I can actually try and go up and make a baby and actually have a single kid or raise a kid all on my own. You rarely see men do it in this day of time. And I want to actually just explain something to the men that are actually mainly listening to this video and what I'm saying. Just like I explained in previous videos up in YouTube in regards to actually avoiding that type of chaos that you're not really fully prepared for. If you're looking for stability and you're trying to look for someone that, may have had some issues and may have had some chaos up in early childhood, however, she's not willing to grow from that. However, she's not willing to mature from that and actually improve her life for the better, not just for her, but also for her kids or a kid, let alone a kid. If she's not willing to do that because she's frightened and she chooses not to be saved, you have to leave her alone and charge her the game and let her stay up in that chaos. It's not about stopping women and seeing who needs to be stopped. No. You don't want to actually fall trap into the whole master villainy rhetoric. Absolutely not. You want to let these folks feed into their devices while you continue to actually focus on your structured path and get with someone that fits into your program, fits in your expectations. Get with somebody that is actually compatible with you and that will definitely support you and make your life easier. Because unfortunately, the women actually going through that chaos and actually adding more chaos themselves have been raised in the same chaos when they were literally little. And you also have certain men up in the pseudo red pill community that are falling short and living in that same chaos due to the fact that they have mothers living in chaos that treat them like crap, which is literally a sin and a shame. And as for both Naomi and Eboni, I wish them well. I wish the children well. And I hope they do the best as they get those children up on the right path and minimize the chaos. Done.